Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear listeners. I hope that you're all well. Today is Ramadan day 24. At the start of this Ramadan series, I shared with you Kenneth Craig's eloquent capturing of the imagery of the Qur'an. Today, I am going to talk about one of my most favorite features of the Qur'an, its parables. As any expert in communication will tell you, storytelling using metaphors and drawing your audience in with vivid imagery is extremely effective in maintaining attention and bringing the point home. The Quran is, of course, a masterclass in its use of parables. And there are loads of parables in the Quran, but I'm going to focus today on those that enrich our marifat of Allah, getting to know Allah. I'm going to organize the parables along three themes. The first one, the Majesty of Allah. The second one, Allah as the ultimate source of guidance. And the third one, about how fickle and inconsistent we are in our connectedness with Allah. Let's start with the first one, the Majesty of Allah. In Surah Al-Baqara, chapter 2, verse 255, which is the famous Ayat al-Kursi, and I'm only reading a section here, Allah says, His throne includes the heavens and the earth, and He is never weary of preserving them. He is the sublime, the tremendous. Here the metaphor of a throne or kursi is used to invoke majesty, authority, and power of Allah. In Surah Luqman, chapter 31, verse 37, Allah says, And if all the trees on earth were pens, and the ocean were ink, with 7 oceans behind it to add to its supply, yet would not the words of Allah be exhausted in the writing, for Allah is exalted in power, full of wisdom. This is such a beautiful verse and such a brilliant parable it uses here. The next set of verses note that Allah is the ultimate source of guidance. Guidance originates from Him. When we turn to His guidance, we are bathed in His light. But if we turn away from His guidance, we flounder in the dark. This message is captured through parables in Surah An-Noor, a chapter of the Quran that almost exclusively focuses on moral conduct of believing men and women and warns them against fahisha, immoralities and indecencies. Let's read the powerful and moving parables in Surah An-Noor. I'm reading from verses 35 to 40. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. The parable of His light is as if there were a niche and within it a lamp. The lamp enclosed in glass, the glass as it were a brilliant star, lit from a blessed tree, an olive, neither of the east nor of the west, whose oil is well nigh luminous, though fire scarce touched it. Light upon light, Allah doth guide whom He will to His light. Allah doth set forth parables for men, and Allah doth know all things. Lit is such a light in houses which Allah has permitted to be raised to honor for the celebration in them of His name. In them is He glorified in the mornings and in the evenings again and again, by men whom neither traffic nor merchandise can divert from the remembrance of Allah, nor from regular prayer, nor from the practice of regular charity. Their only fear is for the day when hearts and eyes will be transformed in a world wholly new, that Allah may reward them according to the best of their deeds, and add even more for them out of His grace. For Allah doth provide for those whom He will without measure. At this point in the surah, the address turns to those who choose not to follow Allah's luminous guidance. See how the metaphors change here. But the unbelievers, their deeds are like a mirage in sandy deserts, which the man parched with thirst mistakes for water, until when he comes up to it, he finds it to be nothing. But he finds Allah ever with him, and Allah will pay him his account, and Allah is swift in taking account. Or the unbeliever's state is like the depths of darkness in a vast deep ocean, overwhelmed with billow topped by billow, topped by dark clouds, depths of darkness one above another. If a man stretches out his hands, he can hardly see it. For any to whom Allah giveth not light, there is no light. In the original Arabic, the words have beautiful cadence. Mawjum min fawqihi, mawjum min fawqihi. Billow topped by billow, wave upon wave of darkness. I now turn to the third theme, the fickleness of our connection with Allah and how easily we forget about His blessings and His mercy. Again, the parable invokes the sea and boats caught in a storm, a powerful image for the seafaring traders of the Hijaz who took their wares to Ethiopia across the Red Sea, yearning for prosperity and riches, but caught in the cresting waves of a raging sea. In Surah Yunus, chapter 10, verse 22, Allah says, He it is who enables you to traverse through land and sea, so that ye even board ships. They sail with them with a favorable wind, and they rejoice thereat. Then comes a stormy wind, and the waves come to them from all sides, and they think they are being overwhelmed. They cry unto Allah, sincerely offering their duty unto Him, saying, If thou dost deliver us from this, we shall truly show our gratitude. In Surah Al Ankabut, chapter 29, verse 65, Allah says, Now if they embark on a boat, they call on Allah, making their devotion sincerely and exclusively to Him. But when He has delivered them safely to dry land, behold, they give a share of their worship to others. And so human beings are fickle. Their devotion to Allah is not steady and constant. Rather, they turn to Him only in moments of distress, but forget about Him in moments of happiness. What is striking here is the conditionality of gratitude. If thou deliver us from this, we shall truly show our gratitude. This if condition makes our gratitude dependent on our changing state of mind and circumstances. This if condition makes our attitude a bargain, a negotiation with Allah. We are fickle. The key reflection for today is this. Allah's majesty encompasses all creation. He is the ultimate source of moral guidance. If we abandon this guidance, we flail around in the dark, unable to find the path to salvation. We should develop the capacity of steadfastness and consistency in our connection, in our orientation, and the sincerity of our devotion to Allah. These powerful parables remind us of all of this, that we should remain constant in gratitude and patience, whether facing a storm or sailing along serene waters. It is through developing this attitude that we become closer to Allah. Assalamu alaikum.